Central. He just got back from touring in Afghanistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Boston legend, Mr. Jim McCue.
One more time. Right. I'm in a good mood. I lost 68 pounds. I'm stalking a jogger. I just read an article kind of bugged me out. It says certain types of people can get skin cancer even if they wear sunblock. People who are pale or light-skinned, people with freckles or warts, people with red hair. Why don't they just say Irish people? Why don't I change my name to Jim Nick Melanoma? I'm 6'6". You know a bottle of sunblock goes for these days? Chemotherapy is cheaper for me right now. People on the balcony they can't believe how bald I am right now. I'm 6'6", you're the first people to find out. I'm gonna tell my wife. No, actually, my wife dragged me out to one of these hair plug places. And we went down there and, you know it's bad when you bring your wife with you? You know what I mean? We're both sitting there and I said, well, how much does this cost for hair plugs? And the guy says, $10,000. I looked at my wife and I said, why don't we take $5,000 and pay other women to sleep with me? I think we're kind of spoiled in this country, you know. I was reading an article that said we have what's called first world problems in this country. The rest of the world has what's called third world problems. An example of a first world problem is you go down to the gym and your trainer takes the day off. The third world problem is your brother was eaten by a tiger. And now you're the slowest person in your family. I'm not a political comedian because they say you turn off half the people with every joke, and I think that's true. I was working down in Texas, and everyone was all upset about this immigration situation. You know, half the people want to let everybody in, the other half want to build a big wall and keep everybody out. I think we need to start thinking about other things than just these two ideas. I came up with an idea. I thought instead of building a wall, which is kind of negative, maybe we could build a bridge. That's positive, right? Right from Mexico to Canada. No off-ramps. Let the Canadians build a wall. It's nice to work. I do too many cruise ships. Anybody been on a cruise ship here? Worst thing about a cruise ship is cruise ship karaoke. I think cruise ship karaoke is the reason that whales beach themselves. My wife, she likes to watch this HGTV. You watch this? And that's all the ladies. HGTV is something that women watch to think of things their husband can do. And they want to just leave it on the couch. My wife came up with this idea. We need to repaint the front room. Guys, back me up. Once you paint that front room, that room has been painted. You don't repaint that front room. You move to another house, let some other jackass paint it. But not my wife. She starts getting in my head. We need to repaint that front room. We need to repaint that front room. Paint that front room. After 3 days of this, there I am painting the front room. You know, because it takes 7 days to get it done. So I'm painting the room, and I'm miserable, basically. I gotta move things, I gotta tape things, it's awful. And I get just about done with my little project, and in walks my little home inspector. And I swear to God, she looks around, she goes, oh, this doesn't look at all like that little sample in the hardware store. This is why the husband is always the first suspect when the wife goes missing. I'm watching the news with my wife. The story comes on. A 96-year-old man shoots his wife because she put the ketchup cap on too tight. So my wife looks at me and she goes, "Why would he do that?" I said, "I think he's too weak to strangle her." I think you can pay attention. These things are pretty self-explanatory. One of the first things I learned about being married is, guys, you gotta learn to communicate, you know? It's very important. Women speak a different language, you know? My wife, when we first got married, said things like, "I wish somebody would take out the trash." Is there somebody else here? Should we be on a first name basis by now? I saw this on a plaque that said there are 3 billion women in the world that don't look like supermodels. There's only 8 women in the world that do. And I thought to myself, ladies, you put way too much pressure on yourselves, right? You're all beautiful. You never see us guys put that kind of pressure on ourselves. You never see us guys comparing ourselves to Tom Cruise. No, he said he's gay and we move on. Here's something I learned. Women know before the date, fellas, if you have a chance to get lucky, that's the night that they shave their legs before the date. I think that's so dishonest, because that means ladies go out to expensive shows and dinners with nubby legs, aren't they? So I say, from now on, guys, before the date, you drop the keys, you feel the leg. It comes back nubby, you go right to the McDonald's drive. I gotta bring up our first act pretty soon, but before I do me a favor. Promise me you'll terrorize telemarketers. Would you do that for me? They call us on our cell phones now. I hate that. They always like, never been your time they hide the same money on our cell phone service. I say, well, that depends. And they always say, oh, what? I always say, oh, what you're wearing. This isn't the worst.